against such brutalities?
Well, the central government and even the Prime Minister has said that this needs to stop and law and order needs to be restored. But what I would like to see is an inquiry by the Supreme Court. I'd like to see a minority commission set up like at the national level, at the state level in Orissa, and some of these other states where, these 4 states where there's much of this action, similar action that has been in the past. I'd like to see the CBI, the Central Bureau of Investigation, produce a criminal investigation into how this was orchestrated, and if they find that it was Hindu nationalists that were involved, those groups should be banned. So those are ways that the central government can show the world that India does stand by its own constitution and by international norms.
You think, George, they should be classified, these extremist groups, as terrorist organizations?
It sounds, from their behavior, it really sounds like it meets our standards of terrorist organizations. How India chooses to deal with that, of course, is going to be a reflection of the maturity of the state. The fact that there has been no intervention other than paying lip service in that, no statutory interventions prohibiting certain kinds of violence, holding people accountable, is a failing of the Indian state today.
But if these activists were operating at the behest of high-level government officials, how could they be classified as terrorist organizations?
Well, they're still terrorists. The fact that they may have allies in government doesn't make them non-terrorists. They're still terrorists, and it raises the question of culpability on the part of government officials in those acts. If you can prove that, you can show those linkages, you can show conspiracies at play, then you can certainly hold them accountable.
Of course, the problem is the government does not think that they are terrorists. They think that they are doing a good job. That's the issue. That's why the policeman is not going to do anything.
The first thing to do is tell the Indian government if they don't crack down, we're going to assume that they're culpable and we're putting them on the list of violators of religious freedom and imposing the sanctions that requires. That's the first thing to do.
Will be